Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. And so today I want to talk about car payments for my ride sharing squad. Okay. We've got Uber drivers, Lyft drivers. There's some other ones that I just recently found out existed that I had no clue. So I just know Uber and Lyft. Those are the main ones, but there are other ones out there. And I got this question because, before I forget, I'll just have to do it after I get done. I'll add a link for my deduction checklist for my ride sharing drivers. I got the question about the car payments. So the question is, are car payments tax deductible for my ride sharing drivers? And the answer is no. Okay. Your car payments are not tax deductible. The interest on your car loan, that is tax deductible. However, it is in proportion to your business use of your vehicle. So if you have your personal car that you use for, to do your personal life, right? Live your personal life, but you also use to drive, for your ride sharing company, then it's in proportion to that. So this is why it is so important for you to track your mileage, your beginning of the year mileage, your end of the year mileage, and you track your business miles, and then the rest is personal miles, because you can deduct that interest based on that percentage. So if you drive, 90% of your mileage is for your ride sharing, then you can deduct 90% of that interest. But you don't know that unless you know how many miles you have, right? So you definitely have to do that. Along with that, I got a question about renting a vehicle. Now, I do have one of my clients who drives on the weekends, okay? And her question was, well, if I rent a car for the weekend to drive for Uber, is that tax deductible? And the answer is yes. But again, are you using that car strictly for your Uber and your Lyft? Okay, if you're using that car strictly for ride sharing, then yeah, you can deduct the entire cost. But if you're using it, for your ride sharing, but you're also doing some other stuff with it, then then no, right? Now I don't know how that works out with the ride sharing companies, with you renting a vehicle, if that's something that you're actually allowed to do. I don't know all that, but I'm just saying that if you do, like if your car is in the shop and you're still trying to work, you need to rent a car. Okay, hey, unless there is something in their terms of service that says that you can't do that, then as long as you're using it for 100% for the ride sharing, then it's absolutely. But if it's not, if let's say you only use it for 50%, then you deduct 50% of the rental cost. Okay. But again, you have to know what, your mileage really determines a lot of that. So nuts and bolts is, now, if you totally boss out in Uber, okay, this is the other question. I got a lot of questions surrounding like the whole vehicle thing. Now, in the checklist, the link will be in the comments. The checklist that I offer, it lists a whole laundry list of things, but there's still, those questions that are that just come up, and hey, here we go. So then the question came up that, if I totally just boss out in Uber, and I form an LLC and this is my company, and I buy a car in my company's name, does that then make the car payments and whatnot tax deductible? No. Even if you have a car in your business name, you still have personal mileage. You also have business mileage. So it's still, the purpose of the trip determines the tax deductibility. So if you are, driving around looking for fares, okay, those are tax deductible miles. You still have to track that. But if you're just going to the grocery store, those are not tax deductible miles. And please do not think that the IRS is that dumb and is going to say, okay, 100% of my miles were tax deductible, and, you only have the one car. That's going to raise some eyebrows. And especially if they're looking at, how much money you made, if you had another car available, all that stuff. So, so don't just sit there and say, okay, well, all of my car is tax deductible unless you can prove that, right? Unless you can prove that the only time I drove my car is to go, do ride sharing stuff. If you can prove that, great. But otherwise, you're going to have business miles, you're going to have personal miles. And I don't know anybody that does not have business miles and personal miles on their vehicle. Okay. Just letting you know. All right. So this one's a short one for today. But make sure you check for the link to grab the checklist so that you have a good list of things that you can deduct. And you can always reach out to me on a consult at www.homebiztaxchat.com. I offer a 15-minute complimentary consultation. It might just be a simple tax question, or you know what, you might actually need some help and have to book a full consult. Okay. But make sure you grab the checklist and, like I said, reach out to me if you have any questions. So that is it for today's episode of Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9:00-ish, and you can get your home biz tax questions answered right here. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.